and or workshops at B'nai Jeshurun in the spring semester to come. Okay, enough of intermission. Let's get back to Shlomo Carlebach and Meir Fund in dialogue on Jewish prayer. Okay, Shlomo, I want to ask you, maybe you could, in a story or in some learning, tell us something about what the place of prayer, of tefillah, was in the lives of some of the great Rebbe's, some of the great Hasidic masters. How did they relate to prayer?
Listen, brother, you always ask the deepest questions in the world. I'm sure when Mashiach is coming, you'll be the first one to interview him. Anyway, Yerachmiel, obviously you're aware of it, and I'm sure everyone is aware that basically the difference between each Rebbe's, what differentiated one Rebbe from the other, was not the way they made Kiddush on Shabbos, because this was only a minor detail. Basically, as you said it, was really their approach to davening. This was the difference from the Rebbe and the other. And let me tell you, even before I take it on a mind level to answer you, on a heart level, on a soul level, I'll tell you something very deep. You know, God blessed me with two little children, a Shamala and a Darla. Everyone cries. They both cry sometimes. The sound that they cry is completely different. Strange. When I wake up at night and one of the babies is crying, I know exactly it's the Shamala crying or it's the Darla crying. So, is it trained? Is it taught? No. Because obviously each neshama has a certain way of crying before God. This is the deepest secret between that neshama and God. And I always shiver, and I know it's the most awesome thing in the world. The highest, deepest holiness which God has given parents, that they have the privilege to know the difference of this crying. One baby is crying this way, the other baby is crying the other way. They're not words. Because I know this is the deepest, most heavenly, awesome secret between my children and God. And in the same way, Bachsida was not only davening and krechts, a sigh, so special. Let's say Rav Nachman's Breslau sigh was different than let's say the Babincher Rebbe's sigh. I just have to tell you, I heard from an old Vienna Chassid. Again, talking about davening. Some Rebbes would daven with Chassidim together, and some Rebbes were davening alone in a room next to the Besmelash. Some Rebbes would daven very loud. Some rabbis would mamish shoko and really make all kinds of movements while they daven. Some rabbis would just stand still. Okay, in Rishon, you couldn't hear anything. And also, the Rebbe would stand still. So this old B'yana Chossi told me that his grandfather told him that Chassidim, by the Rishna and by his children, Sadiger and B'yan, Shotkov, would stand behind the door for hours, because from time to time the Rebbe would sigh that the only thing they could hear. So he says, my grandfather told me, whoever was privileged to hear the old B'yana Rebbe sigh was a different person after that. One sigh. Amish lifted you up to another world, right?
Okay, Shlomo, you anticipated really one of my questions in what you just said. I heard or read it said in the name of one of the Hasidic Rebbes that what one ought to do, what a Jew ought to do, is to first acquire all the learning you can, all the wisdom that you can, and then to pray like a child. So I wonder, I won't say what, but what else, besides what you've already shared with us? What else can we learn from children about how to pray? And perhaps I would add, what do we need not to learn? What do we need to guard against if we're going to pray as also not a child?
I'll tell you something, Yachmir, I liked so far every word you said, but I didn't like the last sentence. Because God forbid to say I want to guard myself against being completely like a child. You know, I want you to know, Yachmir, listen, you know me a little bit, and you'll be our friends. Believe me, I always say to my wife, I think I shiver more before my neshama than I shiver before the Baal Shem Tov. I think so. My wife's sometimes angry with me because I never tell her strong. It's something you should yell a little bit and shouldn't tell them strong. And I can't do it. Because my children are so much my others. They teach me so much. If I teach them for 2 million years, I will not be able to teach them back what they taught me in 1 minute. So, you see what it is so beautiful about children when they're crying? First of all, they know somebody is listening. And they know that the person they're crying to loves them so. You know, I spoke to some of my friends about it. It's so beautiful, you know, when children want to be picked up, they're holding up their hands, you know, and they're crying, please pick me up. I wish we would hold up our hands from time to time, pray to God, please pick me up just a little bit higher, a little bit deeper. You know what it is? The mind is so deep, but sometimes it is such a wall between me and God because of my mind. So what happens to me when I daven is that my mind becomes as deep and as holy and as real as a baby's. You know, when you tell a baby something, everything is real. I once said to the Shomala, you know, went to the zoo, so I showed a real bear. So I mistakenly said, this is not, I said, but tell me what, the 3 bears. She says to me, the 3 bears are real also.
Reb Meir, some time ago on another of our programs, we heard shared a midrash, a commentary and interpretation of Shir HaShirim, of the Song of Songs, that went like this. And I'm not sure if you will agree with it or you will have a different interpretation, but it suggests something to my mind. That said that Gan Eden, the Garden of Eden, this was where we related to God, to the Creator, as children to parent. That in the Shir HaShirim level, well, let's say that in Shir HaShirim, in the Song of Songs, this aspect of God as parent is, at least on the surface, absent. There is no God giving directions, and there is no God punishing for disobeying the directions, the instructions. We've been talking about praying in a sense like a child to a parent, and learning, in fact, from children something of how to pray. But if you think there is something in this model, in this drash, in this interpretation that we can learn from, what sort of prayer, what new level of prayer, what new level of communication does it suggest is appropriate on the Shir HaShirim level of our relationship to God?
I don't know if my answer will match your question, but it may match another question. I have a feeling there are 2 kinds of prayers. There's a prayer which you address to the one who has the answers. But then you pray even to the one who has no answers. If I may say so, and I don't usually use this model, but before the Holocaust, let's say Jews prayed to God because Shlomo was saying God is all-powerful. Let's say the way we pray to God after the Holocaust, He can't help us, and yet we pray to Him. In Shir Shirim, in the Song of Songs, it's between two human beings who are also praying to each other, because love is, more than anything, love is a prayer. And looking at it from a certain standpoint, it's absurd. How can I put myself into someone else's hands who's as weak, as broken as I am? And yet we pray to each other. And we pray to God who is with us.
Can I listen, Mary, you said it so much better than before. Can I add something? You said it better, but I want to say this before it's okay. Because the whole time I was really thinking about it. Basically, without getting involved now in Kabbalistic terms, it says, like, Shlomo Esrei is a beautiful yichud. Shlomo Esrei is not like father and children. Shlomo Esrei, the 8 benedictions, is already like a husband and wife. And I want you to know that the world is filled with two kinds of secrets. There are secrets. God created the world and the world is filled with secrets. People are born and their soul is filled with secrets. Everything, every street corner is filled with secrets. But then there's something else. When you love somebody very much, not only you tell each other all secrets, new secrets are born. At that moment becomes the holiest, deepest secrets between them. New secrets. So you see, it's like this. There are a certain level of praying, of mamish telling God all my secrets, or telling God all I need. And then there's a new thing, that when I'm standing before God, something comes to my head, something comes to my soul which I never dreamt of before, never thought of before. And this kind of prayer is the prayer of Shir Shirim. Obviously, Yiddishkeit is based on two things, if I may just say it in a strong sentence. Being close to God like children, and be close to God like soulmates.
Okay, Shlomo, I want to ask you about two tensions, or two potential conflicts, maybe they're only on the surface conflicts, that I see in Jewish prayer, tefillah. On the one hand, we have Judaism fixed times for prayer that you refer to, Shacharis, Mincha, Mariv, 3 times during the day when we're supposed to pray. At the same time, there's obviously room within Jewish tradition for spontaneous prayer, for prayer arising out of need or petition that's not at the fixed times. Analogously, we have in the davening, in the Siddur, in the prayer book, a fixed content of prayer, prescribed prayers. At the same time, the tradition is obviously open to and in fact encourages, again, spontaneous prayer, outpourings from the heart. In fact, the prayers of the Avot that you refer to, of Abraham, Yitzhak, and Yaakov, obviously, presumably, these were not the prayers of the Siddur, or at least on one level. They were spontaneous prayers. So we have two tensions between a kind of rigidity, in a sense, something that's prescribed, and a fluidity of time and of content of prayer. What do those two tensions tell us about how Yiddishkeit sees prayers, sees tefillah, as an act of relationship to God?
You know, while you were asking me about 2 million answers came to my head, and so I have to hold on to the last one which comes to my head. The last one is like this. Obviously, praying has to do with holiness. The truth is that every person has 2 kinds of holiness. We're learning it in Ishbitz. There's the holiness of all of Israel, and then there is individual holiness. My own holiness. So I I would answer in a very simple way. That when I daven and see what it is? Certain time, it's not only a certain time. That means that at this time all of Israel is davening. When I recite those words, it's not only that I recite those words. When I say those words, it means I'm saying the same prayer my great-great-great-grandfather 779 years ago. When he woke up in the morning, he said the same words, right? Now those words are so holy, they bring forth in me that holiness which is upon of Israel. And then, when I daven on my own, or when I make up my own words, this is a time when I'm bringing forth my own holiness, that which nobody has, just I. And obviously, let's put it this way, when life goes normal, then it's enough maybe to pray my grandfather's prayer. But things go just a little wrong with me, or Mama is very, very good with me. Then I have to bring forth my own holiness. This which only the words which only I have. And I just want to add one more thing. That everybody knows that every light needs vessels. And yet there are lights which has no vessels. That's deeper. Like for instance, we were learning it all the time. When I tell somebody I love you, that means I make vessels for this great light I have for you, this great light which is called love. I say it in words, I make a vessel for it. When I give you a kiss, that means the light is so deep I have no vessels. I'm giving you the light without vessels. So I want to say that the holiness of our forefathers was that they, praying before God is such a great light. They put it into vessels on the time level. They put it into vessels on the word level. But then, when I daven on my own, this is light without vessels. Just light. Standing before God. Right in the middle of the night, in the middle of the day, and even what I say is not a vessel. It's just so deep, Like with husband and wife, certain duties, husband and wife have a certain life together. And then there are certain things which, just them. It's beyond vessels. So we need both prayers very, very, very badly, hopefully.
Some people are saying today that this is a time when men and women both, or perhaps particularly men, maybe the vice versa is also true, need to be developing and giving expression to the womanly side of themselves. The tradition was much more flexible, as far as I understand, with regard to the time of prayer for women, with regard to the relative, as I say, rigidity or spontaneity in terms of the time of prayer. It allowed more fluidity, more room. Is there something that we can learn from that in terms of this particular time spiritually in learning how to pray?
There's an unbelievable, I don't know if it's a memory challenge, but I saw it somewhere and I can't locate it at this point as much as I'm looking for it. Who was the first person who prayed in the world? Well, let's put it this way, who was the first in the world to ever cry? So obviously Eve, when she ate the forbidden fruit, suddenly she felt so bad, she felt like dying, right? So the truth is that prayer was given to us. Adam learned the Chabad. You see, when God asked Adam, why did you eat the forbidden fruit? So he said, because I listened to the voice of my wife. He should have said, I listened to the words of my wife. She said to me, but you know what Adam said to God? He said, I heard her cry. Couldn't help it. And God didn't answer back, listen brother, you shouldn't be a man. Don't listen to your wife. God didn't answer. Because God still also an answer. somebody cry, how can you not be with them? I'll tell you something. Didn't our fathers pray the most when they would give the last Friday night for their children? I mean, maybe that was the highest prayer we ever offered before God.
I would like to add that the difference between the way men and women pray in Yiddishkeit is that for men prayer was communal. For women it was completely private. No one looked behind the mechitza, and no one watched Friday night when the candles were being lit. And there's a tremendous liberty, there's a tremendous freedom that goes along with privacy. And we could learn from the prayer of women to be completely alone in prayer, even perhaps in the midst of community.
Okay, Shlomo, I want to ask you about something else. I want to ask you about blessings. We have in the Siddur, in our Jewish tefillah, many blessings, brachot. We bless God that He created the world and that He gave us the Torah and that He gave peace to the Jewish people, etc., etc. Now I want to ask you, what sort of communication is happening here? What sort of act is it? When we, as creatures, bless the Creator, from whom it would be expected that we would be beseeching, we would be requesting a blessing. What's going on when we bless God? And what can we learn from it about how and when we ought to be giving blessings to each other?
You know, I would say like this, that how do you know if you stand in the presence of somebody who loves you very much? Very simple. If you're more than you are, then this person loves you very much. If you're less than you are, you keep away from that person. Can you imagine what happens to us when we are really in God's presence, how big we become? In God's presence we are so big that I can even bless God. I want you to know that why do we bless our children so much? Because in the presence of our little angels, we're so holy, we're so high. I mean, the first blessing of the Torah is the blessing of Son. And this blessing keeps us going till Mashiach is coming. Can you imagine how holy Yaakov was? That he made even Yitzchak bigger in some real way.
Shlomo, in one of your songs, you say, Lord, let me pray just one prayer. What's the prayer that we should be learning to pray?
Okay, I have to tell you this. I didn't make this word up myself. Warum Carles geworden experimental WEVD-FM. He writes to him, since I came to Israel, I really think I grew up so much spiritually. And as long as I was in out to Israel, I was asking God, please let me gather each time with great devotion. Now I know I'm not in that level. All I'm asking God, don't let me leave this world until I gather. Maybe one prayer. One prayer in my life. So mentally it has to answer to that. Because you are very holy that you can ask God for one more prayer. I know I'm not even on that level. What I'm asking God is that the prayer will do one word. And you know, let me tell you something, when people love each other very much, you know what's between them? Just one word. Or one prayer. And the closer you are to somebody, it's just one prayer and one word. Join me. Lord, get me high, get me high, get me high. Lord, get me high, get me higher. Lord, get me high, get me high, get me high. Lord, get me high, get me higher. Higher and higher, higher and higher.
Carlebach for helping us, as always, to get higher with his beautiful melodies and with good learning as well. Thanks also to Reb Meir Fund for some strong words. Next week, we conclude our series on Tefillah with a collage of words and music from some 50 different sources, together making up what we call the many voices of prayer. I think you'll find it a don't miss program. So thank you for listening. Thanks to the Pepsi Cola Company for their support. This is Robert Cohen wishing you a good week. Laila Tov.
Lord, get me high, get me high, get me high. Lord, get me high, get me higher.
Produced under the auspices of the Martin Steinberg Center of the American Jewish Congress under a grant from the Pepsi Cola Company, dealing with the new generation of Jewish Americans. The program was hosted and produced by Robert Cohen.
Hi, I'm Leon Lewis with a warm invitation to you to join me from midnight until 5 a.m. every night.